Ricky Pearsall at wide receiver 45, overall ADP of 81st. I get the problems in the profile for Ricky Pearsall, including the fact that he is currently dealing with a hamstring injury. I think people like overreacted to that a little bit. Like, oh, he's not going to practice till training camp. It's June, it's May, nobody cares. Like he as long as he's there in training camp, that's fine. At the same time, the words of Scott Pianowski are ringing in my head here of injuries are going to find you in fantasy football. You don't have to go looking for them. I don't love the fact that he is currently dealing with something. That being said, Ray, he is another guy that I think is very likely to be misunderstood coming off of his rookie season from an efficiency standpoint, because the guy was shot in the freaking chest in August. Okay. And like I said, I don't like rookie receivers missing any time during the offseason. I certainly don't like it when they miss time in the offseason, then into the season with a damn gunshot wound. Okay. Yeah. So the fact that he even got on the field is pretty big. Secondly, even when he wasn't performing statistically, you could see on tape that he was being deployed in a very unique role that I think is kind of instructive to where the 49ers offense is going, is more of a true drop back offense and kind of away from the typical Shanahan gadgety things of that nature. And also the most important part of this is, man, Ricky Pearsall in his final 4 games, Ray, from a reception perception standpoint, was just tearing it up against man coverage. And that actually actualized itself in the final 2 games when they really made him a key part of their game plan. So beyond the fact that I like Ricky Pearsall, another reason that I like drafting him, and I want to be in on him as a potential leap candidate, is that all these 49ers receivers just go way too late in drafts. I don't really quite know how this is going to go, but somebody from this wide receiver core is going to be a top 30 receiver, and currently none of them go in anywhere close to that range. Multiple of them go outside the top 35. I believe Juwan Jennings right now, wide receiver 34, that's come up a little bit, but Ayuk, who's banged up, is down at 46. Pearsall is pretty low ranked as well. So I want to draft somebody from this offense. And I do think like year 2 wide receivers are always a bet I want to take.
I'm just gonna say, do people not want a part of in 2023, 4,280 passing yards, 31 passing touchdowns. Last year, down year, 1 less game, 3,800 passing yards with 20 touchdowns. Like, I want a piece of this offense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me Ricky Pearsall. This is an efficient offense. It's a downfield, explosive offense. And the way that he was used towards the end of the season, like this is a player who was a first-round pick, right? Like Ricky Pearsall was drafted in round 1 of the NFL. I know that with the success of Marvin Harris, with Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Ladd McConkey, the excitement for Marvin Harrison, it's tough to remember that Pearsall was picked in the first round. He was one of the first 32 players off of the board. He's incredibly talented. And yeah, the injury right now stinks. I'd rather my player be healthy right now than on the injury report, absolutely. But I'm looking at the calendar right now, Matt. It's June 6th. I don't need.
We don't got any games coming up.
I don't need him to score me points for 3 months. So I'm going to trust that the professional billion-dollar industry medical doctors will be able to heal that hamstring before it's time for me to actually need those points. I'll take the dip. I'll take the value. Give me the injury discount. He's an incredible player tethered to a very efficient quarterback. Say what you want about how much he got paid, what he should have gotten versus what he got. He's a part of an efficient offense that's going to push the ball downfield. And right now, of all the receivers that are healthy, Jordan Watkins is just not going to scare me, right? Juwan Jennings is great at this stage at what he does. But Ayuk is dealing with injury. I want Ricky Pearsall. This is one I would say he needs to move down to the finalists. I really think at wide receiver 45, the type of offense this is going to be, Kittle's going to get his, no doubt. But outside of that, why can you not project Ricky Pearsall to assume and step up and be the wide receiver 1 in year 2, the same way we're doing for Rome Odunze or for some of these other second-year wide receivers?
I mean, frankly, it's a very similar case to JSN. Like I said, misunderstood coming off of his rookie season for different reasons, but misunderstood coming off of his rookie season. Just not really realizing how good he was in isolation, which was the same case as JSN. And secondly, you mentioned it, like at some point, during the year, the Seattle Seahawks are like, we got to change the offense for number 11 to be our main guy. And like, we got to make him the first read player because he's getting open on these concepts, and we've got to cater that offense around him. Now, this is a different situation because it's the same guy that's been calling plays in San Francisco for a while, and Kyle Shanahan. But we saw this happen, like I said, late last year. I'm telling you, they watched the film on Ricky Pearsall and saw this guy's smoking man coverage. We're getting a ton of man coverage because Christian McCaffrey's banged up. We're not threatening in the way that we used to be. Brandon Ayuk isn't out there. So teams are just trying to man up on the receivers. Ricky Pearsall was actually getting open against man coverage. And if they see that again this year, I think he'll be more of a focal point. Again, if he could be healthy throughout the course of the offseason. So, yeah, I like moonwalking him into that finalist spot as well.